And the Leader of the Opposition, Andrew Holness, joins us live this evening to give us his take. And we start out with the most difficult question that ever asked of him. What did you like about the speech?
That's truly a difficult question. No, the speech had some goodies, notably, of course, the increasing of the benefit, the age for the benefit of persons for NHT. That's one. And the medical, the establishment of a medical facility and oncology center. That's good. And the establishment of a hospital in the western region. That's good, and we give credit for that.
Well, let's turn to the IMF talks. The Prime Minister says you are in no position to complain because the administration of which you were a part was to blame. Why should Jamaicans accept your criticism, given your own troubles meeting the 500?
I think the Prime Minister is missing the moment. This moment requires leadership. The country has a sense that all the indications are going in the wrong direction. People want reassurance. People want to know that there is somebody at the helm who has a sense of direction. The speech should have been about hope, motivation, confidence, instead of blame and same political regurgitation. So I'm not going to join the Prime Minister in that. I will say, however, that the Prime Minister is now in charge of the country, and all of these things are happening on her watch, and she should deal with them effectively instead of trying to blame the opposition.
Here's one that I really want to ask. Will the political culture ever change, where ministers are responsible for their portfolios and we don't have to hear from the Prime Minister?
Well, that's not a good question, if I may say so. The culture in the Westminster system is that the Prime Minister is ultimately responsible, and the Prime Minister should speak and should lead, as it is in any country. Yes, ministers do have their responsibilities, but the truth is, it is the Prime Minister that is responsible. I think what Jamaicans are saying is that they don't necessarily want to have a Prime Minister that is always talking, but when there is a sense that things are not going in the direction that they want it to go, people want to hear reassurance. They want to hear that the Prime Minister has a grasp of what is happening and a direction. That inures confidence, and especially for the business sector, people want to know that the Prime Minister has a handle on the economy itself, because the Prime Minister makes the ultimate decisions, and we would have loved to hear that from the speech.
And speaking of hearing, her advisor Delana Franklin says she didn't address some issues because of time.
Well, time is always a constraint. It's always very difficult on the conference floor, but you should prioritize. As I said, the moment now that the nation wants is to hear their Prime Minister declare a direction, not a compilation of all the small things and taking credit for things that the opposition has done, which is part of the hypocrisy. The opposition is being blamed for the economy, but yet the projects of the opposition are being used to fill out the list of achievements. You can't have it both ways. I would say that with the difficulties that the country is now experiencing, people are frustrated, people are realizing that promises made are not being kept, people are realizing that the problems that were being experienced under the previous administration are the same problems now, so they are not party specific, they are fundamental institutional problems. People want to hear something that is motivational, inspirational, transformational. People want to be lifted and given hope, and I think this speech did not do that.
Alas, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
The Opposition Leader, Andrew Holness, for joining us on Primetime News.